How much money can you spend in retirement before running out? The 4% rule is a typical recommendation, but we believe you can do better by determining your specific spending rate. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 4% rule for retirement. Before we start, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay connected. The 4% rule. You've worked hard to save for retirement, and now it's time to turn your savings into cash. But how much money can you afford to take out of savings and spend? If you overspend, you may find yourself with a deficiency later in life. However, if you spend too little, you may not be able to enjoy the retirement you had hoped for. The 4% rule is a commonly used rule for retirement spending. It's straightforward and adds up all of your investments and removes 4% of the amount during your first year of retirement. In succeeding years, you adjust your withdrawal amount to account for inflation. According to the rule, if you follow this calculation, you should have a very high chance of not outliving your money over a 30-year retirement. Suppose your retirement portfolio is worth $100,000. Assume your retirement portfolio is worth $1 million. In your first year of retirement, you would take $40,000 in withdrawals. If the cost of living rises by 2% that year, you will receive a 2% boost the next year, withdrawing $40,800. While the 4% guideline is a good place to start, it may not apply to every investor. We have several points for you to consider. 1. It's a strict rule. The 4% rule demands you increase your spending by the rate of inflation every year, regardless of how your portfolio performed, which might be difficult for certain investors. It also presupposes that you never spend more or less than the inflation increase. This is not how most individuals spend their retirement years. Expenses might vary from year to year, and the amount you spend can fluctuate throughout your retirement. 2. It applies to a specific portfolio. The rule applies to a hypothetical portfolio that is split 50-50 between equities and bonds. Your actual portfolio composition may differ, and your investments may alter over time during your retirement. We typically recommend that you diversify your portfolio among a wide range of asset classes and stock and bond types, and that you limit your exposure to equities as you approach retirement. 3. It makes use of previous market returns. According to Charles Schwab Investment Advisory Incorporated, or CSIA, market returns for stocks and bonds are projected to be lower than historical norms during the next decade. Using historical market returns to calculate a sustainable withdrawal rate may result in an excessively high withdrawal rate. 4. It's based on a 30-year time frame. Depending on your age, 30 years may or may not be required. The average remaining life expectancy of a person turning 65 today is fewer than 30 years, according to Social Security Administration figures. Retirees, we feel, should plan for a long retirement. The danger of running out of money is a critical one to handle. However, if you're retired or above the age of 65, your planning time horizon may be different. In other words, the 4% rule may not apply to your scenario. 5. It offers a high level of assurance that your portfolio will last for the next 30 years. The criteria assume that the portfolio would have survived for at least 30 years. In other words, it presupposes that the hypothetical portfolio would not have ended up with a negative balance in nearly every scenario. This seems fantastic in theory, but it means you'll have to spend less money in retirement to get the same level of security. You may not need to target such a high confidence level if you remain flexible and reassess your spending rate on an annual basis. 6. Taxes not accounted for. The rule dictates how much money you withdraw from your portfolio each year and assumes that any taxes or fees are paid out of the money you withdraw. If you withdraw $40,000 and have $5,000 in taxes and fees at the end of the year, the $5,000 is deducted from the $40,000 taken. Beyond the 4% rule. The biggest mistake you can make with the 4% rule, no matter how you slice it, is assuming you have to follow it to the letter. It can be used as a beginning point as well as a basic guideline to assist you in saving for retirement. If you desire $40,000 from your portfolio in the first year of a $30,000 retirement with high confidence that your savings would last, utilizing the 4% rule would need you to have $1 million in retirement. However, we recommend developing a personalized spending rate depending on your situation, assets, and risk tolerance, and then revising it on a regular basis. Furthermore, our data indicates on average retirement spending drops. It does not remain adjusted for inflation as the 4% rule suggests. Let's look into the advantages and drawbacks of the 4% retirement rule. Pros. The 4% rule ensures that your investment portfolio would last for the remainder of your life. The rule is simple to follow and will provide you with a steady income flow over the years. The rule will protect you from running out of funds in your retirement period. The 4% rule can make you habitual for saving or investing for the future. Cons. There's no guarantee that the rule will 100% work for you. The rule is merely based on the past market performances, so it doesn't guarantee the future. The rule will never work if the retiree is not loyal to it. The rule doesn't cater to sudden emergencies like investment loss, health emergencies, social security issues, and any such emergency can lead you to being short on funds. Violating the rule for 1 year or doing a major purchase can cause you big bucks because 4% rule does not entertain a retiree's lifestyle changes. Conclusion. Our study, like the original 4% rule, assumes you increase your expenditure by the rate of your inflation every year, independent of market performance. Life, on the other hand, is not so predictable. Remember to remain flexible and evaluate your strategy on an annual basis or whenever big life events occur. If the market underperforms, you may be unwilling to increase your spending at all. If the market performs well, you may be more willing to spend money on nice-to-haves medical costs or leaving a legacy. It can be difficult to switch from saving to spending from your portfolio. There will never be a single correct answer on how much money you can withdraw from your retirement account. What matters is that you have a plan and a broad spending guideline, and then monitor and change as needed based on your circumstances. After all, the purpose isn't to worry about intricate budget calculations. It's for you to enjoy your retirement. Final words. So there you have it. That was our video on the 4% rule. If you would like to see more videos on investing and finance, make sure to subscribe and like the video so the YouTube algorithm can send you back to me.